we've sold our quality players to the North African countries, to Europe, to South America, even to Asia, to a benefit. Has it benefited us? It hasn't. It has not. It has not. It's a very difficult thing to do. I agree with you to some extent. It's a very difficult thing to do. But I mean, let's make the effort and at least try and keep some of these guys here. We can only make an inroad. We can only make an impact in Africa if we keep quality. Because those guys out there are quality. And if you look at some of this Simba and this younger and the other guys, they're from Tanzanian clubs. I mean, some years back, you talk about Kotoko, you talk about Ali, Zamalek, and those are the things that you mentioned. So what are they doing that we are not doing? We are doing differently. It is because of the way some attention has been given to detail.
It's money.
It has never always been money. Right?
It
has always never been money.
I just wish Nuhu Adams is here.
Money fine, but it has never always been money.
I also wish Nuhu Adams here, and he has sent me a message that he's on his way coming here. Steve, I side with Javier 100%. The first thing you need if you want to make an impression in Africa, even let's forget about winning, it's planning. So just as Javier said, you can keep him for this season, take him to Africa, plan for 5 years.
Keep him. You need money to keep him.
Yes, Kotoko has the money to keep him Bella for a season more. They do. Kotoko has the means to keep him.
You know the advantage of being keeping him for one more season. He plays in Africa, his price tag will go up.
What if he doesn't impress in Africa? Like it happened to Salif Ibrahim.
It's a risk that every businessman takes.
Yes, what if he dies?
What if he dies?
Or
what if he picks up an injury? It's a risk that we all take all the time. So that's what
I am looking at it from this point of view. The guy has done very well this season in the Ghana Premier League. He has scored 21 goals. In fact, he's in line to break Ishmael Ado's record tomorrow against Accra Lions. The hype has come. The offers are coming. I mean, do you think it will be
offload him and take the money?
It's not even about it's even about the guy, his entitlement and all that. Don't you think this guy right now
Steve,
negotiating for different entitlements?
Steve, that's where the plan comes in. When Kotoko went out for Mbella, what was the plan for him? Was he just in to come and be exposed to the Ghana Premier League and then be sold elsewhere? I don't know what the plan was. But if you were CEO of a club, then if you are going for a good talent like this, you sell a project to him. Okay, so Kotoko wants to win the African Champions League in 5 years.
Okay.
In the first year, we expect that you do on the Ghana Premier League. In the second year, we want to expose you more. We want to take you to Africa.
Okay.
We want to keep the core of this team and even add on to it.
Okay.
If we buy the best players, around and keep some of these very good foreigners in Mbella and Netuga and other players who are around, then of course we can have a better team.
Okay.
I hear Kotoko is looking to add Yawano to the team. They'll be looking at adding some centre backs that have had African experiences. They'll be looking at shoring up their technical team. It means that they have a plan. So the plan is not to win Africa in the first year. The plan is definitely not to win it in the third year. But by the fifth year, you want to make a proper impact, even if it's the semi-final berth or if a semi-final berth. Then you say, okay,
group stage.
No, group stage is mediocre for Kotoko. Kotoko is way above group stage in 5 years.
Last time Kotoko got into the group stage of the CAF Champions League.
But then we accept that Kotoko standards are falling off over the years.
Yeah.
But it is under a new management in Nani and Ponsa that we've seen some very good strides.
Yeah.
And they are making good strides.
Yeah, progression is in there.
Yes, and you see, I've had this conversation with Nuhu Adams several times, and we always neck and neck at each other. I do not think that is about money and the players that you have at the time.
If it's about money,
I don't think that's the sole factor. I think you need more than money. Okay, so Sundowns has a lot of money. How many times have they won the African Cup of Nations?
But they're always impressing on the continent.
They didn't even qualify out of their group.
I mean, if
Sundowns did not.
If you take the past
Sundowns has 3 or 4 coaches on their own.
No, see, we are comparing the performance of our clubs here in Ghana on the continent to their peers on the continent.
Yes.
Sundowns in the last 10 years, I mean, they have made good impression on the continent.
Yes, they have. Because they have planned. Sundowns 3 managers. After their former manager in Pito left, they went on for 3 young managers. They gave them a plan. They went through how well they want them to play. They brought on young South African players, and even put young players from around South Africa. Do you know what the South African sides do? They don't go to Kenya. They don't go to Egypt. They don't go to Cameroon. They don't come to the western part of the Sahara. They just go to in and around them, their neighbors. So they go to Zimbabwe, they go to Lesotho, they go to the best talent in there. We can always prize players from Togo. can price players from the Ivory Coast. We can price players from Burkina Faso. We can price players for in and around Southwestern Africa, and then sell a plan to them. And for me, I've told you, and this is something we've said off air several times, that for me, Coach Prosper Nate Ogum is a top brain.
Yeah.
Given what he has, given the players who are good in terms of the Kotoko's core, I see them going far. Steve, one of the biggest issues I see our teams having in Africa is the psyche.
The psyche of the players.
I'm telling you.
The mentality.
I'm telling you, in the first time, we have a coach who's a sports and exercise science
a psychologist,
PhD holder, a psychologist also in the, and knows his job.
Yeah.
He knows the job.
Yeah.
I am saying that if Kotoko goes to Africa this season, Kotoko is definitely going to go past the preliminary stage. Kotoko is going to go to the group stage and put on a good showing in the group stage.
We were very hopeful. I mean,
no,